This is the second part of Functional Skills Level 2 paper from Edexcel. You can use a calculator for this part. And there is a total of 48 marks for this part. All your questions, write your answers in the spaces provided. Dataset A has a median value of 3.1. Here is dataset B. 14, -9, 28, -38, -13, -2. Write a statement to compare the median values of the two sets of data. So let's find the median of dataset B. I'm going to start with the smallest value, which is -38. Then I'm going to go to -13, then -9, -2, 14, and 28. So crossing them out both sides, we get -9 and -2. So we're going to find the mid value between them two. Since both of them are negatives, we're just going to treat them as if they are positive just to find the mid value. So 9 add 2 is 11. 11 divided by 2 gives us 5.5. Now, we shouldn't forget that these were negative numbers, so we're going to do -5.5. As we can see, the median value for dataset B is much lower than the median for set A. So this is what we're going to say. So that's the dataset B. Show a check of your answer for the median of dataset B. I'm going to reverse this process here. I did 11 divided by 2 equals 5.5, and I'm going to put the negatives as well, the negative symbols. So -5.5 times 2 gives us -11. Two lots of the -5.5. Dan throws 2 fair dice. The numbers on dice A are 1, -2, 3, -4, 5, -6. The numbers on dice B are -1, 2, -3, 4, -5, 6. The table shows some total scores from throwing the 2 dice. Complete the table. So -2 add 2 gives us 0. We got 5, take away 1, that is 4, or -1 add 5 gives us 4. Now we've got -6. If we go up by 2, it's going to give us -4. We've got 3, take away 3, or -3 add 3 gives us 0. And we've got -3 add 5, so that gives us 2. -6, -3, that's going to be -9. So adding 2 lots of negatives. 4 add 3 gives us 7. 5 add 4 equals 9. -6 add 4, that is -2. -5 add -2 gives us -7. -5 add -4 gives us -9. 6 add 1 gives us 7. -2 add 6 gives us 4. 5 add 6 gives us 11. So we've completed the table. Dan throws the 2 dice once. What is the probability that the total score is -11? So let's see, where do we have a -11 here? We've only got 1, which is this one here. That's 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 times 6 is 36. So 1 out of 36. Dan throws the 2 dice again. What's the probability that the new total score is 0? So we're looking for zeros. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So 6 out of 36. And you can simplify this further. They're both divisible by 6. So 6 divided by 6 gives me 1. 36 divided by 6 gives me 6. Last year, Zach had 2 jobs. Zach worked in an office for 12 months and earned £2,600 per month. At the gym for 39 weekends and earned £80 per weekend. What fraction of his total income last year came from his work at the gym? Write the fraction in simplest form. So let's work out how much he earned from the office by working in the office. And that was for 12 months and he earned 2,600. So 2,600 times 12 gives us £31,200. At the gym, that was 39 weekends, £80 per weekend. So 39 times 80 gives us £3,120. Now we're focusing on what he earned at the gym, which is this one. So to work out the fraction, we're going to go 3,120 out of the total. So what's the total? 31,200 at 3,120, which is £34,320. Now, if you plug this into the calculator, the scientific calculator, it gives you 1/11. But you could go the long way as well and divide by 2, by 120, what number you think they would be both divisible by. Until you get to this point. Here is a prism. The cross-section of the prism is a pentagon. Draw the front elevation of the prism on the grid. Use the scale 1 to 3. So here we have the grid. First of all, let's write the dimensions. Then we're going to draw them in the grid. So we've got 15 centimeters here, which is going to be 3 times smaller because we've got a ratio of 1 to 3. So this is going to be then 5 centimeters on the grid. And this is going to be 3 times smaller. It's going to be 6 centimeters. and we're going to go up by 4.5 divided by 3, which is 1.5, and across here 10.5 divided by 3 to give us 3.5. We're going to draw this on the grid now, and as you can see through the key that this length is equal to 1 centimeter, so the dimensions of a square are 1 by 1 centimeter. So wherever we've said up here that it's going to be drawn as 5 centimeters long, we're just going to do it as 5 squares, and so on. So 6 centimeters, 6 squares, 3.5 squares, 1.5 squares. So let's just make a start. So I'm going to go 5 squares down. Now we're going to go 6 squares horizontally. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was 3.5 up here, so 3.5. And 1.5 here, 1.5 squares. I'm going to stop here, and we'll join these two together. Let's just double check. So looking at the dimensions once more. 5 squares, 6, 1.5, 3.5. And that matches what we've got. Olga has the sketch of the paths in a park. She wants a cycle route that starts and ends at the entrance, goes through point C at least once, has a total length between 15 kilometers and 20 kilometers, and we're given that 1 kilometer is equal to 0.6 miles. Plan a suitable route, work out the total distance of the route. Point 1 and 2 we can check through the route and we can make sure we do those, but point 3 I think we just need to convert it now so that we can actually make sure we meet this criteria. So 1 kilometer is 0.6 miles. What about 15 kilometers? So we're going to do 0.6 times 15, and that is 9 miles. What about 20 kilometers? So 20 times 0.6 gives us 12. So we're going to look for a distance that is between 9 and 12 miles. Let's have a look at the routes. So we're going to start here at the entrance and we're going to go through point C at least once. And it's got to be between 9 and 12 miles, so not a very short route. So I'm thinking I'm going to give it a go and go through D and then C. Rather than going back to the entrance, I'm going to choose this longer route going to A, then F, and then come back to the entrance. Let's see if all of these add up to something between 9 and 12 miles. So if I add 1 3/4 and 2 1/4, that's going to give 2 and 1 is 3, 3/4 and 1/4 makes a whole, so that makes 4 miles. And then we're going to have to add 5 to that, so it's going to make it 9.5. And we're going to add 1/4 and 1/4 makes a half, so add a half to this, it's going to make 10. So 10 miles in total, and that is between 9 and 12. So work out the total distance of the route, 10 miles, plan a suitable route. So I'm going to write entrance DCAF. And then entrance again. Here is a cube of side length 2.5 centimeters. Work out the surface area of this cube. So I'm going to work out the surface area for one of the sides. So the area for one of the sides. So we've got 2.5 times 2.5, 6.25 centimeters squared. And it's 6 sides. So I'm going to go 6 times 6.25. And that is 37.5 centimeters squared. Megan is the manager of a computer shop. She organizes a sale with 18% off all tablets. Megan changes the price of one tablet from £389 to £330.98. Has Megan changed the price correctly? Different ways we could do this. Take off 18% from the 389 and see if it equals £330.98, or work out the difference and get it as a percentage decrease. And that's what I'm going to do. So 389 take away 330.98, it gives us £58.02. So that is £58.02 out of the original, which was 389, and it gives us 0.1492 rounded to 4 decimal places. So this is 14.92% and not 18%. So no, it's about 15% discount. Use estimation to show a check of your answer. So if I round this to 390, take away 330, it's going to give me 60. And then 60 out of 400, or 60 divided by 400, gives me 0.15, which is 15%. So 50%, which is what 14.92 is rounded to, or as, to the nearest whole number. A team of workers deliver identical fridges. The team will use the average time to fully load an old lorry to predict the time to fully load a new lorry. The table shows the times it took to fully load the old lorry with 24 fridges. The diagram shows the space available for fridges in the new lorry. The space is in the shape of a cuboid. Each fridge needs a rectangular floor space 1000 mm by 800 mm. The team do not stack fridges. They think it will take less than 90 minutes to fully load the new lorry. Are they correct? As the team will use the average time to predict, we're going to add these amounts together and divide them by 7. So it's 399 divided by 7, which gives us 57 minutes. Now we've got the space, which says each fridge needs a rectangular floor space of 1000 mm by 800 mm. So if I show a floor plan here of the space in the lorry, we've got 13,600 and 2,400. So this is, if I divide 13,600 by 1,000, that's going to give us 13.6. So along this length there will be 13 fridges, and let's have a look at this. So 2,400 divided by 800 gives us 3. So I can see the 3 rows of fridges there, and there would be 13 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 times 3, lots of fridges. That would fit. Okay, so 39 fridges. Now the question is that they think it will take less than 90 minutes to fully load the new lorry. Are they correct? So we're going to use our average that we got earlier, which was 57 minutes, but that was for 24 fridges. So 57 divided by 24 should give us how long it takes for 1, which is 2.375 minutes. We got 39 of them, so 2.375 times 39 equals 92.625 minutes. And that's not less than 90 minutes, so they're not correct. So no, it takes about 93 minutes. Louis makes a cake. The cake is in the shape of a cylinder with diameter 14 inches. Louis needs to put a ribbon around this cake. The ribbon will go around the cake once with a 6-inch overlap. Louis has a piece of ribbon 48 inches in length. Is this piece of ribbon long enough for this cake? So there is the diameter, 14 inches. So we're going to work out the circumference, which is by lots of the diameter, and that is by lots of 14, or 14 lots of pi, which is equal to 43.98 to 2 decimal places. That should be inches. And we've got to add the 6-inch overlap. So I'm going to add 6 to this. And that is going to give us 49.98 inches to 2 decimal places. So the ribbon that he's already got is not enough. It's not long enough. So no, he needs 49.98 inches. The scatter diagram shows some information about 12 athletes who have run a race. Here is information for another athlete, age 36, time 29 minutes. Plot this information on the scatter diagram. So age 36 and time 29. So that should be here. Draw the line of best fit on the scatter diagram. So we're going to draw the line of best fit. Doesn't have to be perfect or absolutely accurate. Now we've got to describe the relationship shown in this scatter diagram. As we can see, this is a positive correlation because when age increases, so does the number of minutes. So I'm just going to write positive correlation. George will cover part of the floor with tiles. The part of the floor is in the shape of a triangle as shown. George buys tiles in packs. Each pack covers 1 square metre and costs £39.95. The tiles can be cut and joined. George gets 1/3 of the cost of the packs of tiles. Work out the lowest cost of the tiles for George. So we'll need to work out the area of the triangle first. And as we are given the cost per square metre, I'm going to convert these into square meters first, the dimensions. So 371.5 centimeters, that is 3.715 meters, and 305 centimeters, that is 3.05 meters. So I'm going to use those dimensions to work out the area. So 3.05 times 3.715 all divided by 2 gives us 5.66535 squared meters. So they will need to buy them in packs of 1 squared meters. So we're going to need to get 6 of them, and one pack costs £39.95, so 6 times 39.95 equals £239.70. So he's going to get 1/3 off, that's a discount, so we're going to go 239.70 divided by 3 to give us 1/3. That is £79.90 discount. Now we're going to take that away from the original or the full price. So 239.7 take away 79.9 equals £159.80. And that's the lowest cost of the packs of tiles. Gabby wants to buy a flat. The cost of the flat is £175,000. The bank uses this formula to work out the mortgage Gabby can get. Gabby has an annual income of £34,000. She will have to pay a deposit for the flat. The deposit is the difference between the cost of the flat and the mortgage. Work out the deposit Gabby will have to pay. So let's work out the mortgage first. So we've got M is equal to 4.625 times A, which is the annual income, and in this case that is 34,000, and this is equal to 157,250. Now to work out the deposit, which is the difference, so we're gonna take this amount away from £175,000. So 175,000 take away 157,250 gives us 17,750. So we'll write it here, 17,750. Gabby invests £4,000 for 3 years. The investment earns 2% compound interest per annum. Work out the value of the investment at the end of 3 years. So the investment of the original value is £4,000. We're going to multiply it by the multiplier. So we're going to do 1.02. So we're adding 2% to the existing 100% amount, which is 4,000. And we're going to raise this to the power of 3 because it's 3 years and it's paid per year. And plugging this into the calculator gives us 4244.832. So in terms of money, this is going to be £4,244.83. And this is the end of the paper.